And if you can believe it, spring break is just weeks away. Travel experts say this season should be headache-free compared to winter break. WCNC Charlotte's Lana Harris joins us with what you need to know if you're still finalizing spring break plans.
Yeah, for a lot of people, maybe the last time you've traveled by air is during that winter holiday when there were widespread cancellations across every airline. People were stranded here at the airport and across the country. Well, experts say that should not be the case for spring break, and now is the best time to snatch the best deal.
For many who traveled over the holidays, it was a bit of a nightmare.
You've got those images of people sleeping in airports that just were widespread.
Greg Cazzo says he remembers it well.
Hotels would fill up rather quickly. You know, some of us would just take naps. And some poor folks, it was a Friday and they were heading to Miami for a cruise and they couldn't get down there for their cruise.
Now, as we head into spring break, Willis Orlando with Scott's Cheap Flights says good news is on the horizon.
I don't think we're going to see this every airline across the board canceling flights. Airlines have worked really hard to trim their schedules, make sure that they have crews and pilots and reserves that are ready if anything happens.
And Orlando says more people plan to take advantage of it.
So this year we're seeing a lot more demand for folks traveling for spring break. Last year, about 28% of our members said they were planning to travel for spring break. This year, it's 48%. That's a big increase.
If you still haven't booked, he says it's not too late to catch a deal.
This year, you do have a little more leeway than usual. Usually we'd say, hey, if you haven't booked your tickets 2 months out, you're kind of sunk. But now we're saying there are more fares that are coming up in that kind of 4 weeks out range. So
the low fares can be found on domestic and international flights as more countries loosen restrictions for travelers.
Just this morning, we saw spring break season tickets from Charlotte to Rome for $367 round trip on United.
Orlando says if you see any other good deals, strike while the iron is hot.
You know, airlines know folks who are traveling last minute are oftentimes business passengers who can afford to pay a lot more money. So they're going to jack those fares up if you wait until the very last second.
Delays and cancellations can happen no matter when or where you fly. So Orlando says you should constantly check your flight for changes as airlines may not send you updates to your phone. Lana Harris, WCNC Charlotte.